Alright, so this is the first video. This is like a test video. So I have everything set up here. So this is the first hand I want to discuss. So this is the hand that I was playing at 1-3 no limit hold'em. So the table was not too aggressive, and it was mainly recreationals. There were I think there were a couple of regs, but they were like softer regs, or a few OMCs, and just not a really particularly tight table or hard table. It's pretty, it was pretty decent, but nothing too hard. So basically, we start off with a queen 5 and a small blind, and so the action goes like this. So MP1 limps, low jack limps, hijack folds, villain in this hand calls. Now the villain was, villain was he was definitely a recreational player. He was involved in a lot of pots. He was doing a lot of limping, so I didn't think anything of it. Just another recreational. You can see he limps. So didn't have many reads on him, but it's just all I can tell is he was the recreational. So anyway, I complete with queen 5 for that prize. There is mainly recreationals here, so we're going to the flop. When big blind checks, we're going to the flop. So the flop was king, king of spades, 7 of hearts, 8 of spades. So everybody checks to the villain, and the villain decided to bet 12. Now when I saw that, I was thinking, okay, well, it's a very small bet. I mean, it's an imposition bet, but it's a small bet. Yeah, he's betting onto 4 people, but it's just weak. It's just a weak bet. I don't know. He could be betting some kind of king, or that's about it. I don't think he's betting a flush. So anyway, so I decided to min raise him. So this way I can get all the limpers out and get this guy heads up. So that's what happens. Everybody folds, and then he calls. So we go into the turn. So now it's a 7 of clubs. At this point, I don't think he has a 7. I have all the 7s. I don't think he has an 8 either. Would he bet out an 8 into 4 people? I don't think so. Is he on some kind of flush draw? Probably unlikely. I don't think he's betting a flush draw. So at this point, I think he has a king with some kind of weak kicker. King 10, king 9. Something like that. Anyway, so I continue for 35. And gets to him. He calls. He doesn't like it, but he calls. He took a little bit of time, but whatever. He calls. Now the river is a 4. Doesn't really change much. So I'm just gonna keep on representing 7, 8, 8's full. Possibly king 7. So at this point, when we get to the river, I look at his stack. He had around like 150, maybe 160, but he has 148. So I look at him. I ask him, how many chips do you have? I mean, do you have any big chips? Because I couldn't see. I saw he had like a stack of reds, and then he had a black chip there. Actually, no, I asked him that before the turn. Anyway, so at this point, I mean, I don't see any other play than going all in. I mean, obviously I can't win this hand in the showdown. So I decided to bet 170, knowing that he doesn't have that. But I wanted to make it like a big over bet. And now he tanks and he tanks and he tanks for maybe 2 minutes, and he sighs and he asks me. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what you have. I think I have you beat, but it's a big bet." Blah blah blah. Well, eventually, what happens is he folds, and then he starts. saying to the table, oh, I think he didn't have it, blah blah blah. I mean, I guess his read was correct, but also my read was good too because I knew he was weak. I mean, he's just not calling with the weak king. He knows I can have the 7 easily, especially when I checked raised him. So I thought it was a cool hand. So yeah, so this was the first hand. Let's see how this will work out. Thanks everybody. Bye.